Jett Lawrence, there's really not that much to say to you. Great season, you've won the title, that's all done. So what I want to know is, in your career, with all of the winning, these titles that just keep on coming, how do you find motivation? Where does that come from? Do you have to dig quite deep for something to chase?
I think for me, championship is enough to chase, you know. Sadly, in my mind, obviously me and being hard on myself, I realistically think it should be 3 already. But obviously got injured last year, so that motivates me. In my head, I'm 1 down on championship, so I need to try and stay focused in outdoors and try and execute and not get injured. So I think that motivates me a lot. But whenever I'm in a championship situation or a season, I think the championship motivates me enough to be motivated for each weekend, you know, because I love the grind through each weekend and working towards the bigger goal, you could say. So I think that alone motivates me enough to get me up every morning and try and win each race if I can.
A lot of elite athletes in other sports say that they use their failures to motivate themselves. You don't have a lot of those, but are there any in your mind, failures that you have?
Yeah, obviously in outdoors, when I don't win, that pisses me off pretty well.
Can you take a supercross loss easier than a motocross loss?
Oh, 1000%. Because in motocross, I already have a really good stats, so it fucks with my stat a bit. If I do one bad moto, that takes a percentage off a win rate real fast. So we're trying to clinch onto that win percentage real hard. But yeah, it's a lot easier to take a loss in Supercross because Supercross is so unpredictable. You could say it's a lot more common to lose in that one, I feel like, because there's so many things that can equate to in Supercross. It's a lot more higher risk. You can make a lot more mistakes. So it's yeah, I feel like a little easier to swallow the tablet in Supercross.
Speaking of win rate, you have an 88% win rate in 450 outdoors. Sounds great, but do you hear that and go, fuck, that should be more?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes, but you know, we take it on the chin and we try to keep going and go, all right, I just got to be better. I just need to be better and just try and keep looking forward.
So that is some motivation for Budds Creek. Keep the win rate up, because truth be told, there's not much point you being here.
I did think of that, yes. I have thought of this, but who knows? If we can put 2 really good motos together, it could be another 2 extra wins, but we can't say. I'm not going to jinx myself, because I don't want to, but we're going to just try and keep adding more tallies. That's what we go for.
Finally, I tried to get Hunter on this last week. He wasn't having it. I think the best bet
What a dick.
I know. Well, that's Hunter for you. There's a reason I'm interviewing you and not him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He sucks. He's boring anyways.
People don't like those jokes, so I'll get flamed for that. But anyway, I tried to get Hunter on this. He wasn't having it. I think Australia's best bet for the nations is keep Kyle on a 450 because he's great there, and drop either Hunter or you down to a 250.
We honestly thought of that. That was like our original thing, and I think the hard thing is that we just have such a good chance on both 450s to get a win.
Yeah.
So it's like trying to toss that up as well is hard. You know, if Hunter puts a really good motor together, and I obviously put a really good motor together, that's 2 wins already for 450, like for MX1 and MX Open class. So it's kind of hard, and Kyle's really good. We just need 1 really, really good moto out of him, really. So instead of having either like 2, you know, Hunter and I have to put 2 really good motos together, you know. So if we can just get 1 really, really good one out of him where he sends it and somehow gets a top 10, it helps us out a lot. But we thought of starting rumors just to cause some shit, say I'm racing 250. We were thinking of doing it this weekend as well, just to start shit.
Any other rumors you want to share here? We can start anything.
What else?
I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything else right now. Yeah, I got nothing.
Well,
I'll get back to you.
We'll start the rumor that SMX prep is going terrible for you, and
I'm racing 250 in SMX.
Yes, there we go.
We'll go there. Doesn't make sense, but we'll go with that.
Eli Tomac, obviously we spoke on press day last week about your season, some of the struggles, high points. I want to deep dive that a little bit more. If you were to measure it, say, on a mental toll and a physical toll, where has this outdoor season been more demanding?
I'm just happy I've made it this far. We're obviously not through the season yet. We got tomorrow, but happy to get through the season. 10 out of 11 rounds so far. So that's a main focus is not getting injured. I've had a couple of funky injuries last couple of years, and it's been frustrating. So need to get back to the guy that doesn't ever miss a race. So I guess that's a goal achieved. But what I've missed this season, what I want more, of course I want to overall, and that's been short.
It sounds like then it's been a mental toll on you, avoiding injury and not wanting to be that guy. Has that played in the back of your mind more than maybe you ever expected it would?
No, I haven't been thinking about that, but now that I've got to this point, it's nice to say that, hey, I think I've done a pretty good job at staying, healthy through the season. So, like I said, still got tomorrow, but overall, yeah, just go with it.
I guess it almost gives you a newfound appreciation for yourself. Because as you said, the early part of your career, you never missed time.
Correct.
Now looking back, you must be like, that was more of an achievement than I gave it credit for.
It really is. It really is. And of course, we have more and more racing, and that comes with the risk of everything. But yeah.
Have you almost had to redefine what an acceptable season is for you, this outdoor season? Obviously, before it's been win or bust, essentially. Mm-hmm. Have you had to rethink that and come to terms with a new outlook on racing?
No, I don't want to go there. So, yeah, I'm frustrated I haven't won. I don't want to accept that I'm just the third place podium guy now. Even though I haven't been able to get anything better than that. So, yeah, it's frustrating, but it also keeps me in check and in order. I feel like if I accept a lower goal, maybe I would settle and get a little lazy.
Two more quick ones. This outdoor season, when were you at your best? When were you the most comfortable? Was there one race or round where you're like, that was the sweet spot?
Actually, I felt round one, dude, I felt awesome. I felt really good. But
I guess in hindsight, that was
in hindsight, that's just round one. Round one's so hard to judge, but that was awesome. Of course, the moto that I got in Hangtown was nice. That was just frustrating not putting two motos together that day. And then I felt good at Washougal. I even felt good last week. Unadilla has been a nightmare for me. And that was a strong performance, and even just how I felt on the motorcycle for me last weekend. And I got through the day comfortable. Outside of my second practice, I tried some things there that didn't work out, but for the racing itself in Unadilla, man, it was one of the best Unadillas I've had for not feeling like, dude, this is gonna just be horrible.
Yeah, let me ask you this about Unadilla. I'm sure you don't remember the specifics like this, but lap 9, you dropped an incredible lap time. I think it was a couple of seconds faster than Hunter and Jett, and it was arguably the best I've seen you look all season.
Yeah.
Then that was harder to replicate in the laps that followed. Why was that? Did maybe you go too soon? Moto 1.
Moto 1, okay. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why. I don't remember that point in the race, but yeah, in the middle, of course, I was going pretty good, and then, but like I said, I had a good flow last week. It's just, those other two guys are fast too.
Okay, Hunter Lawrence, one thing we didn't touch on after the race last week, which you need a lot of credit for, is this top 5 run. So how much do you care about that? Because it is actually quite impressive.
Yeah, I seen it. I reposted it today on my Instagram because I did see it and they put some cool music to it, and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking with that. That was cool. Yeah, pretty good. It's I believe I hold the record for that in motocross.
Got there fast.
Yeah, it's wild. I believe early this year, so I have been aware about it. So I do care about it because I've been aware about it for a couple rounds now. And it was Johnny O'Mara who had the record at 18. He had the record at 18 for the most consecutive top 5s from debut in 450 motocross or premier class motocross. So yeah, it was cool, and Johnny's obviously happy for me and stuff, but it was kind of crazy that the record it's been since Johnny, you know, how much of a legend he is, Osho, and I mean, kind of cool. I think if you asked him if there was anyone he would want to take his records, he'd go, hey, either one of the boys, one of the Lawrence boys, or Ricky, you know, obviously work close with Ricky and stuff, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you think that's a talent in itself, staying consistent? Like, do we not give that enough credit?
I mean, if they add another 15 rounds onto the season and we go from 31 to 50, maybe it is something that I need to be proud of. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's some stats in this sport that people are just pulling these stats out of their ass to hang on to something. Like, it'll be this guy's got the most results after having Cocoa Puffs for breakfast at these set West Coast, you know, like the weird ones, but maybe this one's not a legit one, maybe it is, I don't know, but it's cool.
It is true though what you say, like if this wasn't an 11 round series, if this was MXGP, lots of riders have won MXGP titles with winning one round and just staying consistent. Like, you're almost being held back by this calendar.
Don't say that, because everyone's already...
I was too negative, sorry.
Yeah, motocross, you can say motocross, but if you talk season calendar in a whole, SMX to Supercross, 31 rounds is a lot. But no, for sure, like, yeah, you're right. Like, there's some guys that have won a world title from just being extremely consistent. And, you know, if you ask me, hey, do you want to be known for being the best top 5 guy of all time? Like, fuck no. Like, no, I don't want to be known by that. But, I mean, you got to be there every weekend. And I remember back when, you know, we were kind of struggling or, like, in the GPs, just not crushing it. And you're like, man, I would just... What would it be like to be a guy that's on the box every weekend, right? You'd see the riders that would be on the podium every weekend. Just even a bad day, right? They would end up on the podium. They ride left when you ride right to the paddock, right? And you just like, fuck, man, they got it so put together. So I am proud. I will say I am proud of the aspect that I am a usual visitor to the podium and stuff through the 250 career, later 250 from 2021 onwards, honestly. I'm proud of that because that's something I really valued and just couldn't want more enough of beforehand when that wasn't the case.
Finally, you need to go, but how much emphasis is there on finishing strong? Or are you more now in SMX mode? Where are you at with focus? It's all the same?
Dude, I don't know. Like, we still got one weekend off to come, and then we're into SMX, and then one weekend off, and then we're into Nation. So it's like, I'm racing until first weekend of October, regardless. So I'm kind of like, yeah, there isn't a lot of emphasis on the last round. Not that I don't care. Sure, I still care and want to do everything I can to make my sponsors and team happy and proud and stuff. But I mean, the points are almost closed out. Jett's obviously wrapped up the title. I'm in second. I think I need to get 3 points or 5 points or something, I think, is all I have to score this weekend. So, no, there's not a lot of emphasis on it, but I would love to win. Absolutely. Like, I love this venue. Who knows? I might crush it. Who knows? I might suck. We'll see. But I'm going to go out, give it my 100%. I like this venue. I like the track. It's still good data for next year. Who knows? Next year, hopefully, we're in a title fight or I'm leading the championship. So there's still a lot of importance on tomorrow in bike setup, notes, all that stuff for when we come here next year.
Haiden Deegan, you're in a position to clinch the championship this weekend. But does that piss you off that it didn't happen last weekend? Do you not want to be in that spot here?
No, I don't really care anymore. I just go with the flow, to be honest. This year I've kind of really just laid off caring so much, and I feel like it's gotten me pretty far. I also, at the beginning of the season, risked a lot. I mean, I had a lot of close calls and a lot of dominant rides where I just absolutely smoked everybody. And now I kind of have the right to take it easy at the end of the outdoor season, and now we're getting ready a little bit for SMX. But we have a big point lead coming to this last round. Go have some fun, be smart, and it's obviously nice to win before going into SMX. But again, you can't really break my confidence, so if I win or not, I don't really care.
That is true. This year and last year outdoors, from the halfway point, your win rate dropped a lot. So that's like a conscious decision because the hard work was done in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, I put my work in at the beginning, and now I have a big point lead to be smart. I mean, in the end, down the road, people are going to remember the championship, not one moto. It's like, who cares if you dominated one moto when you had a 50-point lead at the end of the season? So, yeah, I play it smart. That's why I have a chance to win a 5th title right now.
How have you figured out how to play it smart? Like, was that a learning process in itself? How did you get there?
Yeah, I just think it's learning that the consistency is what wins it. Beginning of the season, rookie season, kind of just, I'm pretty smart. I'm not really smart school-wise, but I'm pretty smart when it comes to the aspect of racing. I know how to play it out pretty well, and yeah, I was just maybe born with it.
So it's not like someone's actually sat you down and tried to help you with it. You figured it all out, this racecraft, by yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty young, so I feel like it's kind of something I was able to adapt to and learn as going up. There's not really someone that really taught me it. I just kind of learned to be consistent, and I figured it out. I'm a racer, so I figured it out.
Is there any risk for you tomorrow? Like, are you going to be a little bit cautious and just try to bring it home? Or do you feel like you can go out there and operate business as usual?
Nah, just go do what I usually do. It's business as usual. I'm smart enough to know when to make risk and not make risk, so we'll see.
Finally, I don't think we've spoken since the Nation's announcement. How are you feeling about that, and how much do you know about the GP guys that you'll be up against?
Yeah, I'm excited. See how it goes. I don't know how those guys. I've watched 2 GP races in my whole life. I don't watch that stuff, so I'm not sure how those guys race. Have to check in maybe before the race. I don't know. Just go out there and hopefully win. That's all I care about.
Garrett Marchbanks, we've spoken enough about your bad starts, your passes, so we'll leave all of that alone. Big news yesterday, you have re-signed with Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki. Talk about that process, how close it was to not happening, and how relieved you are to get it done.
I didn't know what we were going to do for quite some time. You know, I had some good rounds that I put together at the end of Supercross. Was super consistent this year with outdoors. I was just hoping to see what we could get done, but the team kept believing in me. We kept talking through the outdoor season, and then finally after Washougal, we had some really good talks, and I'd say the weekend, after our first weekend off, we got everything done and extended, and super pumped to be back. You know, Mitch fought really hard, Dan and all those guys at Cowie fought hard to bring me back, and I'm happy to be back with such an amazing crew. Was
there a point where you kind of gave up on the possibility of staying there? Like, did it look that bleak?
I don't know. I'd say after Salt Lake, I really didn't know what was going to happen with my career. You know, I know Mitch and some of the guys wanted me after the first 4 rounds of outdoors. I just didn't know, you know, I was a little nervous that the same thing would happen again back in 2020, where, you know, I was told I was going to get something here and there and nothing fell through. And, but I believed in Mitch. Mitch gave me his word, and I was super thankful for that. And, yeah, we got everything done, so it is what it is, but I'm happy to be back.
How much did you talk to other teams? There's potentially a spot at KTM. Did you get close with any of those guys?
There was obviously talk, but to be honest, no, there wasn't really much anywhere. I was kind of surprised, so yeah, I was just kind of, I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to do afterwards. I was maybe just going to go home and hope for maybe a magical phone call, but I did get my magical call by Mitch, and it worked out. And honestly, I didn't want to be anywhere else besides here. So I know obviously it's easy to say that since I'm here, but I truly love the bike. I love the team. I've been so happy here, and I truly enjoy racing and riding dirt bike every day, being with this team.
Finally, did the pressure of not knowing and doing the deal, did that hold you back on track at all? Or do you feel like it didn't really have an impact on your performance in the first half?
I would say after High Point, I was mentally wearing myself out quite a bit, just because not that I couldn't handle it, obviously I kept riding good, but I could definitely tell through the weeks I was getting a lot more tired, dealing with some stuff, just mentally, and I was just like, man, I don't want to mess this up, but I want to ride to my full ability, and I think it was really nice at Washougal to finally get it done, and afterwards when I finally got everything signed, I was like, oh, thank God, I could finally ride like fully how I want to. Obviously we haven't podiumed again, but I feel like my speed's just gotten better and better through Indy and last weekend.
Ty Masterpool, honestly, I thought your return went better than I expected. First moto specifically, you dropped back and then moved forward again. Was that above what you expected, or did you feel that ready?
I'd say probably a little worse than expected. Yeah, I just got roosted, so my lens popped out first lap. So I was riding with the whole bottom of my lens off, so I was literally going down the straight.
First moto or second moto?
First moto.
Okay.
I was riding down the straights with both hands off, trying to get it off. So, yeah, unfortunately, had a lot of stuff go wrong out of my control. But, yeah, not really the weekend we want, but get to go out there tomorrow and stuff, and good track here tomorrow, so looking forward to it.
How is your condition with the injury, physically? Like, are you at 100%?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I made a switch with my nutritionist, went over to Jake, and yeah, it's been huge help. Feeling the best I've felt and stuff, and yeah, I was hoping to be able to show that last weekend, but unfortunately had those problems. But yeah, feeling good.
Do you feel like you have a point to prove at these last couple of races?
Yeah, obviously results haven't been there all year. It felt like it should have been up there a lot more and stuff like that. But yeah.
You're doing 250 SMX, right?
Yes.
You'll be in the LCQ, but you're locked in and you're still going to go?
Yeah, or just plan to win tomorrow and get right in or something like that. But yeah.
What about next year? Where are you at deal-wise? I feel the pro circuit's full. Are there other options in the paddock? Are you concerned? Where are you at?
We'll see here. We'll see here soon.
Is that some pressure? Or it sounds like maybe you've got something in the works.
I mean, it's always the pressure of our sport. You always got to produce and stuff, but I mean, I love that, and it's part of it. So, I mean, it's just part of it.